Greetings everyone in our Scala class. Today we will look at case classes in Scala. We already looked at some object-oriented ideas of classes as blueprints from which we create objects. So in Scala, since many of these operations we created some methods, we created some values, the case classes provide a way of basically doing less work, already pre-making some common methods, already providing a convenient access to convenient data, so to say storage, manipulation, a good starting point basically. So let's see how it works in Scala. So I will make a new Scala class, right? And I'll have a case class. I could have made it also by hand, of course, but I'll make it here. I'll make a person here. So I am in the right directory. So person, case class. So there I am done already, right? So that's case class already. Okay. In fact, we'll see that we can already start using it, right? Well, let's see here. I'll make also a new Scala class singleton object, right? I'll have day 13. Case classes, right? Something like that, right? I add extends app, right? Extends app again. Something we'll talk. So using case classes. So just like we can create a new person. Let's say val, right? val. That's kind of funny, right? I'll make val equals val is unfortunately taken, right? I can't use it, right? So I'll say myself, right? Me, right? Val me. Right, will be a person, right? So notice something different. I'm not using, right? I'm not using. So for case classes, new is not needed, right? So again, less typing, no big deal, really, right? But again, so you also get something more interesting. You get also print me, right? Print line me. We will see if we have anything interesting printed. Let's check. So there will be already a slight difference. So first difference is that in creation I don't need to make it right. I don't need to press a new keyword, right? But so basically it's because technical reason for it is that it creates an apply method for it to. And second thing is, notice something here, right? A person, when we're using a regular class like a flower. Let's say I don't know, sunflower, right? A sunflower, right, equals new flower, right? A new flower, right? And I had to do some type, right? And color, right? Sunflower flower, right? And type would be yellow, right? Yellow, right? So when I print the sunflower, right? Print line sunflower, right? Let's see what happens. Of course, the difference will be here, apparent, right? So flower something at something. So far it doesn't claim much advantage, but for debugging purposes, well, let's add some fields to our person, right? Let's add some fields. Let's see, what could we want? Probably a name, right? We'll use a string, and we'll use a relation, maybe myself, right? And top speed, maybe top speed will be integer, right? Int, right? Okay. So these already are. So notice something interesting here, that these are. I am not using val or var for case classes. For case classes, the default is val, right? Unlike regular class, right? Which hid the field, so right, so default is val, I don't have to type it, right? Or maybe, so var I have to specify, right? So var needs to be specified so we can change it. So we get setter method access basically, right? Set. So we can mutate, so we can change it. So we can mutate it. Right. Okay. So we have three fields, or well, you can call them properties, right? Attributes. But again, so same idea, right? So one person, you have three properties through three fields. Okay, so now let's make it. Now I have an error. Why I have an error? Well, because I have not made default. So I'll probably have to make myself, I'll say Valdis, right? Valdis, right? Myself, property will be myself, right? On speed, I'll do 180, right? Okay, so what will change now is, so case classes come in with pretty print, right, basically. So let's see that in action. Yeah, you see here, I see a nice person. And so one of these advantages of this, we also gain ability to pattern match by using case classes. But about that later when we work on more pattern matching. So what else do we get? Anything else cool we get? Well, we do have a copy method, right? This is, we can have a copy of myself, right? Clone. Let's make me a clone, right? Let's make a clone. So while clone, right, I'll make myself a copy, right? There should be a copy, right? Well, actually, there's a clone already, right? But I'll use a copy here, right? My copy, right? So my copy, of course, now, right? Me copy. I'll say my it doesn't like this name. Oh yeah, so I think it has specific. So myself, right? My copy, right? My copy. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the clone is actually taken, right? So my copy. So of course it's a person. Notice the type, right? So this is of course sunflower is flower. Me is a person. So my copy is also of type. So now we also have some access, right? So we can compare. That's one of the things we can compare. Let's check what we can. We have a comparison. So will we have a right? So we can compare if there's exact contents, right? So let's check. So let's check. Is print line me equal to my copy, right? So let's see that actually, right? And let's make another flower. Can we make a copy of flower? Let's see if it's different, right? So flower. Do we have another flower? Right? Can we do this here? Sunflower. Let's make a clone. Do we have copy? We don't have copy. Notice there's no copy. We can have a clone. Right. Let's see if this actually works. I haven't used this, but it's actually any reference, so this actually doesn't really work, right? So copy of this object. Right, depends. Let's see. It's not an error, but it says any ref, right? So not really that working that well, right? So this is not really a so that's not really, so the copy method is much, in a case class built in, it will be a better way of copying basically, right? So this is not, I would not trust it, this one here, right? So, okay, so me and my copy, let's see if I am equal. True, so by contents, so our contents are equal, so the equality is by contents, right? So, again, right, so one of the biggest advantages is we have the pattern matching is considered one of the best advantage we gain. So mostly case classes are all about convenience. Of course, also notice, so often a case class instance, object, right, will correspond to an entry in a database, entry row in a database, table, etc., right? So correspond kind of makes sense, right? So case class is a great tool to add to your arsenal, so to say, for when we're working with data. So a row of data will often nicely transfer to this case class approach. Okay, so but they are, of course, but the objects are different. Okay, So what else is there about case classes? Well, we can just use them just like any other class. By the way, can we add, oh yeah, so accessors, it didn't go through, but let's check. Copy, right? So my values, so I can do print line, so I can do, I have get access to all parameters, right? So print line me name, right? Again, it's one of those nice things is of course in a normal IDE like IntelliJ, I have instant, I don't have to look up documentation. My person could come from somebody else. Like I already have a nice little helper here what I can do. So relation on print line me top speed, right? So I could do, of course, I could do this all print line hello, I am me name, right? Related as me relation, right? And the thing is, of course, here this won't work, right? I need to put it in the brackets, right? Because I need like this, right? So I can see this if I like this, right? With the top speed of me top speed, right? Okay, so like this. Let's run it. And yes, I'm Valdis, related as myself with a top speed of 180, right? So quite nicely. Question is now about methods. Can we add methods? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. So often we don't add any methods because we just use them as data storage. Often we don't add any methods. Often we do not add any methods, right? But we to case class as using them as storage, basically storage entries, right? The objects, of course, right? The objects, right? But we sure can, right? So let's make one, something, let's say increase speed, right? We'll make something like this, increase speed, right? And do we need anything? No. And we can basically do this, right? And basically top speed, increase delta, right? Delta, let's do delta int, right? And we can do this top speed plus equal, 10, right? Let's see, does it work? It should work. Here I'm not doing correctly, right? Unit equals, right? Yeah, right. Okay, we're good. Top speed was not 10, of course, delta, right? Of course, right? So, okay, just so this is object-oriented style. We don't return anything. Of course, we could return the speed as well, right? We could do a top speed here, right? And then new speed, right? So this will be int. All right, we could do this as well, right? Again, yeah. So now everything works correctly, right? Okay. Okay. So combining both, right? So again, in functional style, we return the new value. In purer, in OOP style, we would return the whole, we will return nothing, right? But again, I like more functional style because I like returning things. Just in case, again, of course, it's not required. This part is not required. It's just maybe somebody wants to see the new speed at the same time. Of course, they could get it immediately from accessing this top speed as well. Of course, right? So this is not a copy. This just tells you the value basically. Okay, so let's run it. Right? Let's run this. Where is it? There's our take 3. So let's increase some speed for me, right? I'll increase, right? So I will increase, just like here, increase speed. Oh, there's my method. Let's increase it by, I don't know, 15, right? So delta is 15, right? And of course, notice if I have functional style, right? My new speed, I could say it, my new speed, right? My new speed, right? Right, equals, I could use it here, right? If this was a pure, OOP method, which I don't really do anything to it, right? Then this will be, there will be no values, right? Of course. So, but of course, this is, not really required, right? Just showing you how you can extract. So we can extract the value as well, right? You know, print line my new speed, right? Okay, right. So depends, like I said, there are two different ideologies on how to make methods, right? In OOP style, right? You maybe wouldn't return it, but in functional style you would. Okay, so let's see, let's run it. Right, with top speed of 195, right? So yes, I can of course make let's make my daughter maybe, let's do top speed, right? I could do val add, right? And I would do person add, right? Daughter on top speed would be 300, right? So and of course again print add, right? And you would get the again, so same again, blueprint, case class blueprint, a concrete object, right? You see, you get here, right? Okay, and I could of course increase her speed as well, right? So again, so print line, very useful. I mean, we have basically we have a two-string built in, right? So that's one of those advantage. Not much else, right? So we can use it, and again, notice in person. So, oh yeah, mutable. I mean, these are all, you can get all these values. So these are val. Unlike, remember the difference, right? Here, if this floor of type was not accessible from outside. Here it is. That's the difference here, right? So that's very convenient here, of course. That's why case classes are, you know, quite convenient. Less writing, right? So you have, by default, you have only two types, you know, with val, implied val, or if you need a var, you want to change it, right? You can change it. And of course, I could change it from outside, right? I mean, this is also a possible. I mean, I can't do, like, I can't change my name, right? You know, I can't do add, you know, name, right? It's a value. I can't change something new add, right? I can't do that, right? This is not mutable, right? To val, reassignment to val. Okay. That's why, again, it's a good practice to have them all as default as val, and maybe you do need to mutate. So, of course, I could do no good, right? So, right, not possible, since properties in case class are val by default, and of course, I can have top speed. I'll do it 400, right? That is completely fine, right? And I can print add. Completely fine. Fine to mutate since I specified var in case class definition, right? Completely normal. Okay, I think that's enough about, well, maybe print line, of course, print line, because I want the new lines here, right? Just a little cosmetic thing. Yes, okay. All right, so I think that should give you a good running start in case classes. Thank you, and we will continue with some more object-oriented programming concepts.